Good evening. I'm Greg Floyd. Dory's off tonight. We're starting out with some breaking news tonight. The U.S. and partners overseas have now launched airstrikes on ISIS targets in Syria. The mission includes a mix of fighter jets, bombers, and Tomahawk missiles fired from ships in the region. President Obama will travel to New York City tomorrow to address the UN General Assembly on a number of global crises, with the fight against ISIS at the top of the agenda. Well, what happened? What went wrong? Those are the questions being asked right now after a Ballston spa man died in police custody over the weekend. Tonight, more questions are being asked about the usage of electroshock guns. Brandon Lewis joins us live in the studio with more on that discussion. Brandon?
Well, Greg, will start late Saturday night when police say Dan Satter was screaming and pacing outside of his Ballston spa home. Police say police were called and say after he refused to calm down, they tried to take him into custody. Now, witnesses say officers threatened him with a taser and then shocked him. Minutes later, they realized Satter was unresponsive and he was pronounced dead an hour later at an area hospital.
We don't know what happened yet. I mean,
you want answers.
Don't judge. I mean, he was my dad. I mean,
he was a good guy.
The last time I saw him, and he was cuddling with his cat, and he said, "I love you," and that was the last thing I heard from him. So that was the person he was, you know. That's how I want to remember him.
Police in the DA's office say they are investigating the officer's use of force. Meanwhile, in Albany County, an investigation into a deputy's use of a taser is still open. CBS 6 was the first to bring you this dash cam video of the incident. It followed a high-speed car chase through 2 counties. It shows Sergeant Vincent Igo firing a taser at the 16-year-old driver who had his hands above his head. Sheriff Craig Apple suspended Igo for his use of the taser without pay as the FBI investigates. The full video is on our website, cbs6albany.com. Now, in 2011, the New York Civil Liberties Union released a study of the use of tasers by police agencies. Locally, it included reports from Glens Falls, Guilderland, Colony, and Saratoga Springs. It found statewide nearly 60% of taser incidents did not meet expert standards for usage. It also found 75% of those incidents police did not give verbal warnings, and 15% of incident reports, quote, indicated clearly inappropriate taser use, unquote. Tonight, the organization says it may be time to revisit the study given the recent incidents.
Taser doesn't replace negotiation skills. You know, police officers are very well trained in how to calm the situation using their voice and their body language to make sure that a situation doesn't escalate. And using a taser can bypass that very necessary quality in a police officer, and we think that's just simply the wrong way to use a taser.
Earlier this year, the Department of Justice weighed in on the use of tasers. Troy's police chief says the department is changing its use of force policy as part of an ongoing review. Troy was not among those included in the NYCLU report.
The use of force policy is going from a simple 1-page document to 5 pages, but it's all on a computer, drop-down boxes, so it won't take a lot of extra time. Our taser policy has been rewritten to come up to the latest standards set by Department of Justice. So, you know, we're very happy with that and the way the training is going, and I think if you will, Coca-Pelli's was probably a good thing we took the review.
Currently, officers are undergoing additional comprehensive training. The chief says so far they're actually getting compliments on how officers are approaching the residents. Live in studio, Brandon Lewis, CBS 6 News.